learn about this passage. You learn that God is selective. Go to my country, my kindred, take a wife to my son. God is discriminatory, selective. When God wants to enrage people, makes them mad, he picks out individuals. The Greeks say, whom the God would destroy, they first make angry. That's the Greek saying. And the idea is when God wants to mess a fellow up, what he does is pick something the fellow doesn't agree with. God hath chosen the foolish thing of this world, the base thing, the things that are naught, to bring to naught the things that are, that no flesh should go in his presence. And the Lord is a character. Now let me tell you, he's a character. I mean, suppose I'm an educated fellow. And I go out here and look at these stars, and I say, there's those galaxies and all those nebulae and constellations and star clusters and red variables and giants and dwarfs and all this stuff. Why, there just must be, somebody up there. Look at that great big thing up there. This just couldn't be the only place where God would work. God picked just one. One little old peanut of a planet down the back end of a solar system. God just blow his mind. He can't understand. Fellow surrounds us. Well, what do you mean the Jews are God's chosen people? What about these other people? Look at these Chinese, these Japanese, look at these Mexicans, Filipinos, Alaskans, Italians, Spaniards, Germans, Frenchmen, Englishmen, Norwegians. Why, there couldn't be just one race. But there is. And it ain't white either. You know what God does? God make a fool out of a fellow. A fellow say, well, this one book, good night. What about all those other languages that don't have this Bible in their own language? What about those folks that don't have this translation? Why, there couldn't be just one book. Surprise! Folks say, why, there couldn't be just one way to get saved. What about these folks that never heard? What about these folks over, and what about these Hindus? What about these Muslims? Why, Christ said, I am the way, the truth, the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. That'll give educated fellow spasm. You know why? He thinks he's smart. If God just knew as much about the races as you know, he surely wouldn't have picked one. But he did. You better be humble, what you better be.